And where you're from?
My name is Melissa Dofredo, and this is Michael Dofredo. We're brother and sister. We're from California.
Okay. And where did you volunteer, in which city and which project?
We volunteered at a medical clinic in Xela, and mostly worked with children, and we did visit an elderly home as well.
Okay. And how was your volunteer experience for both of you?
I thought it was pretty eye-opening. Definitely, you have to come with an open mind, and you see a lot of things that you wouldn't expect to see, but it's all for the good, and definitely gives you a better perspective on just things in general in life, everything.
And for you?
Well, not only do you meet like a lot of different people and you get introduced to a whole nother culture, but there's so many other volunteers also. So not only do you learn about the Guatemalan culture, but you learn about Dutch, people from Holland, people from Germany. There's just so many different volunteers and so many opportunities here, so it's a great experience.
And how was your accommodation like? Can you tell me a bit about it?
Yeah, it was great. We both had our own rooms, our own bathrooms. Our host mother was very sweet and very engaging. We had a little bit of a language barrier, but we both tried and kind of met in the middle.
It was very hospitable. She was very, like she said, very engaging. She was very happy to have us, which is a good thing. It was a very friendly type of vibe, very welcoming. And if I had to recommend it, or if I had to do it again, I definitely would.
Okay. And you did take Spanish classes too? How did that go?
We did take Spanish classes. It was our school was one-on-one, and it was very interactive, very open, very I don't know if informal is the word, but very. She works with you very well. She feeds off what you know and what you don't know, and she lets you be yourself to see where your strengths and your weaknesses are. So it's very helpful.
Yeah, and she takes into account kind of where we're from, and she throws in a little bit of history, Guatemalan history, so it was a very well-rounded lesson.
Okay. And how was the support and the coordination from a broader view, both from the US and also here on location?
It was great, actually, because we didn't really know what to expect. It was our first volunteer trip, and they sent us an itinerary before we came, kind of had an idea of what we were getting into, and we were in constant contact with our coordinator while we were here.
They definitely give you a heads up of what to bring, what not to bring, what to expect, and I thought it was very helpful to inform us that you can't really have any expectations. You kind of take the day as it goes, which is a good thing. It's a great experience, and it's something to take away from it. It's something to check off as something that is very helpful.
Okay. And do you have a favorite memory of the trip?
Between salsa lessons and doing the height and weight of all of the children of one village, it's kind of hard to tell. So Xela has a lot to offer. It's not only is there there's nightlife, but you're helping different people in different villages that we probably wouldn't have been able to experience back home.
A favorite memory, it's kind of hard to say a favorite, because the whole trip to me was my favorite trip. So I would say, if I had to pick a favorite, I would say the cultural difference between having an American background and coming to a Guatemalan city with a heavy history. I thought it was very good to learn and just to absorb the culture and see what it's like day to day. The nightlife is definitely a great vibe, and it's also great to for the purpose of a broader view. I think it was great to just have a helping hand, and it's very rewarding at the end of the day.
Okay. And would you recommend this program to future volunteers, and do you have any tips for next volunteers?
Yeah, we would do it again, so we would definitely recommend it.
I would do it again. If you could, bring a friend, or maybe a sibling, or somebody who has an open mind, or is a little curious about culture and what helping it is on an international level, what it is, and any tips. Do a lot of walking. Do a lot of walking. So snacks. Bring good walking shoes. You're gonna be on your feet a lot.
Yeah.
And have a lot of patience, and just be very interactive and proactive.
Okay, great. Well, thank you for your time, and have a good trip home.
Thank you.
Thank you.